Alright guys, what's going on? It has been a minute since I've recorded a video, but this video I've been wanting to make for a few weeks now. So about 2 weeks ago I went to a locals and I actually got first place, and the reason I wasn't able to put the video up is because I was actually moving. As you can tell, there's different scenery in the background, and I've just been super busy with that entire process, moving furniture, signing papers, and I just happened to be on vacation during that time, so everything worked out there, but I had no extra time to actually record the video. And when I went to locals, it was about the last few days that I had a free time where I would be able to actually play. And I don't really go to locals often, but when I do, I try to. And I don't really go to locals often, but whenever I do, I usually try to test something really well. I want to make my time, the time and the deck building worth it, especially with how expensive Yu-Gi-Oh is getting, or some decks at least. Like this one here is pretty expensive. I want to actually make use of the value of the cards if I have them physically. I know a lot of people are playing online and remote duels because of COVID and everything, where you're still able to play online. But I actually physically like enjoying the cards and holding the cards and playing the cards. I've always liked it playing in person, so yeah, I figured I'd go to locals and try it. So we actually got first place, like I mentioned, and we got a few packs and this really cool. Should be able to see it here. This like Yu-Gi token. They let me pick from whichever ones I wanted, and this one stood out, so I just got this one. And I found out later that these are actually kind of expensive. And then first place also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 packs of Phantom Rage. So I think, I don't want to be mistaken, but I feel like Zeus and like, I'm not too familiar with the sets. I did open some Phantom Rage earlier, but I think Zeus, what's that other guy? Alpha, some of those secrets are in here. The Phantom Knights, Torn Scales too. So hopefully we can pull something crazy. If we get like a prismatic, or what is it called? The collector's rare. I'm not sure what is it in here. The Starlight rare. That would be freaking crazy. I'd get my money's worth like crazy. It was only $10 to join the locals, and we got a lot of values here. So we got 11 packs and then this token, and depending on what we pull, we can make that even more. So I'm gonna open this at the end of the video, just like as an added bonus. I love opening packs, and like I just had them sitting there waiting to make this video ever since I won the locals. So pretty exciting to me. So with the build, I wanted to play a lot of zoos. So you're gonna see that there's a lot of zoo engine here, a lot more than people are playing recently. But you gotta remember, this was a few weeks ago, and according to the format, there was a lot of virtual world. So I wanted to kind of play a good zoo engine so I can disrupt more on turn 2, or if I went first. Also, they work really well with the Dogmatica cards because it puts a special summon extra deck monster on the field. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the deck profile. I had 3 Thoroughblade. I played 1 Wrap here because I was trying to go for the Mega Clops combo if possible. Also just to bait out cards, because if they don't stop the Mega Clops, then I can just continue. But if they do, then I waste one of the resources, hopefully. I should have played more Ram, but I didn't have any. I was looking for some through the commons in the bulk before the tournament, and I couldn't find any. So this deck, this list had a little bit of tweaking to do, but I'm gonna make an updated list later because it is 2021 now, so there's room for that as well. But I would have played theoretically at least 2 Ram, but I think I would have played 3. I wouldn't have played Whiptail at all. But now the way the format has advanced, I think I'll play more Whiptail because people are playing Lord and stuff, and you can banish that and get that out of the way. The 1 Lord, I was playing 2. I made some last minute adjustments. I was playing 2, but people were playing Ice Dragon's Prison. So I didn't want to get Ice Dragon Prison on here, so I figured if I only played 1, that would help me. But I ended up actually adding Ashes in here too, so those are zombies, and that didn't really help my cause. But I never really got Ice Dragon Prison throughout the whole tourney, so not too bad. 3 Ecclesia, 1 Fleur-de-Lis, and Maximus. I like this card because it helps you get to the trap that we play here, the Shadal trap that makes Winda, and that's just really, really good. And you could also just send 2 from your extra deck. And people were playing Virtual World and stuff, so I didn't feel like I was going to play too many mirrors, or like people were going to be sending the entity Natis or anything. So for hand traps, I played 3 Nibiru and 2 Ash Blossom. This is one of the last minute changes I made. I was always playing 3 Nibiru, but I took out 2 Forbidden Droplet and I put in the Ash Blossoms, and then 2 Cyclones as well, you'll see later. But I just felt like I wanted more general coverage because it's the locals, and I didn't want to do anything too focused on like virtual world or anything, even though it's a very cheap deck and probably gonna be played at locals. 3 Nadu Servant, 3 Tinky, Barrage, and 3 Eldlich. So the reason I like this deck so much is because there's so many starter cards. So if you see any of these, they're gonna have to have multiple interruptions. So even if they open moderate or weak, you're probably gonna have a really crazy board going second. 2 Tactics Talents in case they try to interrupt. Most likely they are. If they don't interrupt you, you have 1 card starters, so you're not going to need to combo, you're not going to need many pieces. 1 card with your energy going, and if they do try to disrupt you, you could get to 2 more cards, or if you still have a strong hand, you could take whatever there's there, or hit a card from hand. 2 Cyclones, because it's locals, I figured there's going to be a lot of back row and weird stuff, which there kind of was. 3 Scarlet, only played 2 Conch, 2 Aquero, and I felt like that was fine. I didn't want to play too heavy of any engine. I think Zoodiac was probably the heaviest, but Zeus is crazy, so. Punishment, of course, to interrupt on their turn, and Schism. That's it for the main. So again, the extra deck's going to be a little bit wonky. I played 1 Trident. I should have played 2 Chalkonine, didn't have a second, but we still made it work. I didn't really ever need this second or anything like that. I think maybe there might have been 1 time, but there was other plays that I could have done, so I just did that instead. 2 Tiger Mortar, Borbo, Hammer Kong, Natis, Megaclops, Blackluster Soldier. This card's pretty good because Lord is level, I mean, he's much bigger than level 7, so this gets its effect. And a lot of the times, you have your monsters that are the trap monsters, like Aquero and Conquistador. So you can use those two if they're just extra floating to go into this, and then in the end phase, those traps can trigger. So it's really like extending your engine as well as making something that can be dangerous to your opponent if they don't deal with it. And since it can't be dealt with very easily, it's just very pressurous. Of course, Zeus, Ash, Dragon, Apokalone, Construct, and Window. Window is really good, just stopping combo decks. If you time it right, and you can chain it with the trap, you can make it with the trap. Side deck. So side deck was pretty important. 3 Ice Dragon Prison. I never saw it, but I wish I did because this just comes up so often. 3 Torrential. I saw this a lot when I needed to. I played this versus Virtual World, and it pretty much is a hard reset. And then Virtual World could keep Roshi and like Lulu in their hand at the end phase, but this deck also like has at least 3 engines each turn to go through. So if you have 2 interruptions, you're probably gonna slow them down enough, and then the next turn you just have to make fewer and fewer interruptions in order to win. And this deck's really consistent with continuing the engines. So that was Torrential was really good as a reset. In case I played any mirrors, I wanted to play evenly matched to just kind of wipe the field and kind of simplify the game state, make the game much easier for me to have to play through. I didn't want to grind. Red Reboot, same reason, in case traps with locals. Lightning Storm for general purposes, of course, but also heavier back row decks. This came up a few times, it was really nice. The 3rd Cyclone, I don't think I ever cited in the 3rd Cyclone, I might have. And then 2 Lancia, I don't think I cited this in. But I did play a lot of Virtual World, but I was relying on my traps whenever I went Virtual World, because if I went first, I probably was going to be pretty okay. But going second, the traps, of course, just hard reset everything. Alright. And we're good to keep going. So now let's get to the fun part. This is where the packs I actually won with this deck profile. So I do want to update this deck profile soon. I really like it. At the time, I think Pure Zoo was getting very popular, and I just felt like this had a really good matchup. But I know there's a lot of other decks now that are being played a lot, and I do have a few other decks that I really find enjoyable that I want to play too. So here we go with this first pack. Let's see if we can at least pull a secret. I'm not expecting anything too crazy at the end of the day. Just breaking even would be nice, but of course these were all free, so... Oh, this card's really good. Alright. Let's keep them moving. Zeus would be crazy, because I think Zeus is spiking right now. It was sitting at 45 pretty consistently, but now it's like at 60 or 70, I think it was the other day. I haven't kept up with it since, but I know it hit a peak recently. Right, you get an Ultra. Another one of these. I really like Phantom Knights' format. That's why I keep catching my eye. I might make some videos with Phantom Knights pretty soon, or just show the deck profile of the version I'm playing. Maybe some test hands. I freaking love doing test hands. Like, I do that in my free time with that deck specifically, because it's so like consistent. It's crazy. Like, you could have so many different options and it still be consistent. All right, I think that's a good card. That's definitely played. I'm not sure how great it is. All right, so far we just got commons. No surprise really. I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, I like this card, but it's a common at the end of the day. I'm not sure it's worth anything. So let's keep going. Virtual World. I forgot it's crazy that this deck came out in this set, because how fast it took off. I mean, I guess it's been a while, but it feels recent. All right, we got 5 packs left, so let's see if we can get some cool stuff. But it's definitely coming down to the wire about now. I think one secret should be fair. I feel like, because we had 11 packs. How many packs come in? I think 12 packs come in a thing. So literally one of these should be a secret, unless they shuffled them weirdly, or all the secret packs are taken out of that box, which would be kind of whack. But all right, we're gunning for the secret, man. All right, super. All right, 2 packs left. Super, 1 pack left, man. Let's see what we got. Don't do me like this. After all the time we waited, is it gonna be a secret? Oh, it's a super. Man, I wonder what everybody else got, because the price support was pretty good this tournament. I feel like everybody got a lot of packs. I remember the guy next to me got like, I had 11, maybe the person next to me got 6 or 8. There was still a lot, and the person next to them got 5. But I guess at the end of the day, this was pretty solid. Like, this is gonna hold value. Plus, I just like it. It's kind of cool. So regardless, we got some instant value, and then we just got a bunch of free commons, really. I'm not sure if any of these cards are good. I guess if you're playing mutants, everything's common, so you're gonna need at least a few of everything. There's like a few Virtual World in here, and then I like the Phantom Knights card that came in here. And then you got like Geonator in here too. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. That's all I wanted to show, because it has been a few weeks, so I wanted to get that as soon as possible. But it's 2021 now, so it's time to start updating the decks, and it's crazy because the balance hasn't changed since, of course, the last balance changed. But I feel like the format has really grown in different ways, going from like Virtual World heavy to like Trap heavy to more, I guess, testing the waters of other decks now. And like on Dueling Book, if you're on Dueling Book, Prank Kids is all over the place. You see a lot of like random decks being able to do stuff like ABC's even doing pretty well. They're just very strong. So I might make a deck profile on some of those decks too, just to have fun with it. But that's gonna be the end of this video. Appreciate you guys staying patient. It has been a few weeks since I posted, and since this deck profile should have even been out. But yeah, look forward to more posting soon, because everything is set up here. I'm officially moved in, so I'm gonna have some more free time after work hours, of course. So, till next time, guys, take it easy.